I never hit record. There we go. Now we are recording. All right, guys. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this call. I'm going to share my screen. Awesome. Olga, do you see that? Because I see your face right now. Do you see that? Yes? Thumbs up. You see it? I can't hear you. Okay, awesome. Let's go into slideshow. You guys just disappeared on me. Hold on, guys. I can't. I can't see you guys. Hold on. What is going on? Give me 1 second. Let me set this up. Adrian, go to your room.
What happened, Adrian? Apple, mom and dad are here, and this is the lights on. Let's go to your room and go to sleep, okay? Close your eyes, think about happy stuff, and go to sleep. Please? Love you. Go. Right at the top.
Hey, Mina.
Go, no butt. Hey.
Huh?
No butt.
Sorry, guys.
Go.
All right. Here we go. Is it too small for you guys? Olga, I'm looking at you. Can you read it? More or less. My screen is not letting me do what I want.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, and my screen's not letting me do what I want to do.
Oh, you want to?
I want it to look bigger, but right now it doesn't want to. All right. All right, we'll go with it. If anything, you guys can still hear me. Okay. So perfecting the invitation process for Hitting Success Club. Before we really get started into the meat and potatoes of the call, I need to express to you guys how important it is to know that you're acting out of purpose. When you approach this business with thinking that you have to sell something, you're going to be unsuccessful off the bat. We're not here to sell something. The reason I've been able to be successful in my business is because I've always approached this as I have a purpose. I have something to offer people. It's not that they're doing me a favor by buying something from me. It's that I'm doing them a favor by giving them something that's going to help them improve their lives, improve their relationships, build their self-confidence. You guys need to have that in your mind when you go out and approach people. So I love this quote by Gary Vaynerchuk. The best marketing strategy ever is to care. Genuinely care and look at inviting, not as I got to, inbox 5 people and ask them to join my challenge group every day. You're going to look at this like, who can I help today? How can my journey inspire someone else to change their life? That's really what inviting is for me. Inviting is about building relationships. If I could change the name of this vital behavior, it would be build relationships, because it's something that's long-term. Inviting seems very short-term. Like you meet somebody, they tell you that they want to lose 5 pounds, and right away you feel the need to invite them to your challenge group. That's not going to work. You are looking at everyone as a long-term relationship. And the only way to do that is to really add value and care about that person. So to do that, you have to put yourself out there. I think a lot about this business, and I think about who makes it and who doesn't make it. And, you know, this team is 3-time elite already. I've seen, who's drawing on the screen? I've seen a lot of coaches come and go, but the one thing that separates those that are successful from those that aren't successful are those that are willing to put themselves out there. You have to be resilient. You have to not care what people think about you. Again, you have a purpose to add value. So if you're very concerned with what people are going to think about you and about being shy, then that means that you're thinking more about yourself than about other people. So our job is to inspire, to promote a healthier and happier way of life. So you have to be more interested in people than interesting. Again, you're putting yourself out there to add value to people instead of having people think that you're so cool, that they want to join you. You show that interest in people by using the form method. So when you're speaking to new prospects, you have to form them. That means you have to talk to them about their family. Do they have kids? Are they married? Who do they live with? How close are they to their parents? You have to talk to them about their occupation. What do you do for a living? Or are you a student? Do you love your job? How many hours of work a week do you work? What kind of work do you do? You have to talk to them about recreation. What do you do for fun? You know, what are your hobbies? What do you do on your spare time? What do you do on the weekends? And you do all of these things before you ever get to the message. The message is eventually join my challenge group, but that doesn't happen right away. That should be the last thing. You should know this person so well before there is an invitation to your challenge group. So I always call this flirting, because you're becoming this person's friend. So think about how when you started dating your significant other, how there was this whole process of the back and forth, and you wanted to know every little detail about them. Everything about them was so interesting to you. That's what you're doing now with this new person that you're building a relationship with. So for me, and you guys have probably heard me talk about being on the offensive and on the defensive, but that's where flirting originates from for me, meaning that on the offensive, you're going out there to build relationships and do the flirting. On the defensive, your social media is tight. So your social media shows that you're being a product of the product, and you are doing your personal development, that you're recognizing your team. So when people come to your page to come check you out after you're flirting with them, then they're going to be able to see what you're about. Who's drawing on the screen? Now they gave me a heart. Okay. Now, new coaches, you guys have a major advantage, which is that your warm market, meaning the people, your family and friends, they trust you. They trust you. They might not believe you so much that you're going to be that consistent and you're going to stick to this new thing. But if you tell your sister or your cousin or your best friend, you need to join this challenge group, they're more willing to do it than a stranger. But you have this whole group of people that is seeing you for the first time, trying this new thing that you're really excited about. You need to contact them. You need to write down a list of 100 family and friends and start there. Start up new conversations with them. And you need to be sharing your journey with people. When I started as a coach, I was already posting about my challenge group. I was posting my meals. I was posting my workouts. I was posting how great I felt, everything, because I was excited. It was changing my life. So the moment that I announced that I was a coach, they were already interested. They already wanted to know what I was doing. And my first month as a coach, I was at Success Club 44 because I was already building the trust in my social media. That's your defensive game. When they come to you, they see the journey. You know, some of you, I go to your Facebook pages and I don't know you're a coach. I don't know you're a coach because I don't see any posts that say you help anybody. I don't see any posts that say that you're working out. I see a blurry profile picture. I see cut off heads on your cover photos. It doesn't tell me what you're about. So how are people going to be able to go to your page and know that you're open for business if you're not even promoting that when they go to your page? So what's even the point of going out there and building relationships if when they come back to check out what you're about, you're not showing any of that. You're not showing the growth. You're not showing your purpose. And, you want to share your life. Don't make it all fitness. I know it's super exciting and you want to make it all about fitness and how much you love this shake and how cool your team is, but you had a life before you became a coach. Continue to share that life. So since you're going to become more interested in people that you're talking to, you want to know what their lives are. So as you're talking to them, you're going to know about their goals. So when fitness comes up, and you get to the point where you're talking about a challenge group, this is the type of thing that you're going to say to them. And this is just based on a sample conversation that you already had with them. Hey, since you mentioned you wanted to join a gym to lose 10 pounds, but had trouble finding the time with the new baby, why don't you join an online accountability group I recently became a part of? I've lost 5 pounds so far working out from home, and the group really keeps me motivated. Is that something you would be interested in? And over here, you already listed out everything that they told you that they had trouble with. What happens a lot, and I want to give a shout out to Jake. Jake posted a couple of weeks ago that he went back on his old conversations when he started as a coach, and he saw how he just posted like verbal diarrhea all over the conversations that he was having with people, because he was talking about what he loved about the challenge group, what he loved about Shakeology, what he loved about fitness. But over here, what you're saying to someone in this sample conversation is, I recognize you want to lose 10 pounds. I recognize you just had a new baby. I recognize that you have trouble finding the time. And I'm offering you a solution that worked for me. You showed them that you listened to them and you're offering them a solution. Now, coaches, you want to ask a lot of questions. You don't want to just do all the talking, because when you ask the questions, you control the conversation. A lot of times people aren't answering back to you, because if you notice, if you have like your phone, if you have like an iPhone, the gray and blue area, if you're doing all the talking, you're going to see a lot of blue. But you want to see a lot of gray area. How do you see a lot of gray area? You're going to ask a lot of questions. So what is your current level of fitness like? How do you want to feel? What is your time like? How is your nutrition? What kind of workouts do you prefer? What have you done in the past? And again, I want to reiterate that question because it's my favorite one to ask people that I talk to. How do you want to feel about yourself? Get them to imagine a new way of life, having more energy, feeling confident, being able to go into a store and wear whatever they want. You want them to imagine themselves like that. If you get them talking about that, they're going to open up to you in a whole other way. Instead of you just telling them, well, you got Shakeology, you get this, you get that. No, you want them to imagine a new way of being. And here's how to close, guys. You're going to write down everything they tell you. You're going to remember what they said, what their goals are, how they want to feel, and you're going to give it back to them. So for example, I recommend you try T25 since you mentioned you have such little time to work out and you really love cardio workouts. Or I recommend you try PIO since you're looking to increase your strength and flexibility after your surgery. You're giving back to them what they told you with a solution. Now, this is something that I always say, and I'm not a fan of scripts. And for those of you that are of the Emerald personality, I know that as your coach, it probably drives you crazy that I don't offer you a script. And that's because I do so much listening to what people are telling me. But generally, I usually close with this blurb. When someone says to you, how does it work? What do I get? I say this to them. You get a program you do at home on your own time, which is very well designed to help you meet your goals. You get a meal plan, but I also work with you to figure out your nutritional needs. You get Shakeology, a super healthy meal replacement shake, which will help you meet your goal. And you get a spot in my challenge group for daily accountability and support. You see, you're showing them that they get so much value. And then they're going to say, well, how much is it? I go to the top. I always go to the top. All challenge packs range from $205. So at the moment that they hear $205, they're thinking, well, that's really expensive. And then you mention $140, and then they're like, okay, I could do that. But things like the All Access Challenge Pack, you guys have to say these things with such conviction that you're over communicating the value. If people are giving you the price objection, it's because you wavered in the value that you're showing them and what they're getting. If you posture up and you're telling them, look at everything that you're getting for only $199 in an all access challenge pack, it's very rare that the person's going to say no to you. And if they say no, they're just not ready. It's really not a big deal. You have to move on to the next person. Go for the sale. A lot of times you guys are scared to just ask the closing questions. So repeat their goals and their needs again and go for the ask. Usually when I talk to people and they're like, that sounds great, I'm so excited, I usually say to them, okay, cool. So what flavor of Shakeology do you want to try? I don't ask them like, so does this sound like something that you want to do? Because if I say to them, does this sound like something you want to do? Then all of a sudden I sound kind of weak, right? I sound like I took control away. But if instead I'm just like, so what flavor of Shakeology do you want to try? I'm confident. I'm giving them the attitude like, you'd be crazy if you don't want to do this. So here's some tips on closing. You want to create a sense of urgency. Your group's starting in a week. You need time for them to get their Shakeology, go through the nutrition plan, get familiar with the portion controlled containers, show enthusiasm. Tell them you're excited for them and how it's going to change their life. Don't seem weak. I know that when you're new, you feel like, oh, well, what do you think? Do you think you want to buy this? Don't show that weakness. You know, if you're a coach because this changed your life, have that attitude when you talk to them. And guys, don't forget the money back guarantee. Like Carl Deichler, our CEO, is so adamant about it. If someone's not happy, they can return it and get their money back in 30 days. So come, try Shakeology. You don't like it? Cool. Return the bag. You get your money back. That's how confident we are and that this works. And again, I'm going to reiterate it. Say it with passion. Be excited. Your tone of voice has to demonstrate that this is something that they're crazy to pass up. And guys, the fortune is in the follow-up. In my personal development today, I heard a statistic that said something like that. 64% of sales happen after the fourth follow-up, but 94% of salespeople quit after the fourth follow-up. So a lot of times someone tells us no one time and we feel like a failure and we never follow up again. If you have the conversation with someone and they tell you they need time to think about it, follow up in 2 days. Then follow up a week after that. And if they still say no, say, hey, do you mind if I check in with you in a month? Or ask them, when should I check in with you again? The fortune is in the follow-up. Fridays are a great time to follow up because most people get paid on a Friday. And track it. I speak to so many people in a day that sometimes like I lose track. I have messages on text message. I have messages in my inbox on Messenger. It's easy to lose track of everyone you're speaking to. Make sure you use your business activity tracker, which is in the back office. We also have it on luminousnation.com. Use it. Write down everyone you're speaking to, what those pain points are, how they want to feel, and then follow up again with them. Beyond your warm market. So new coaches, you have that trust from your family and friends, but that doesn't mean that you're not trying to meet new people. You should always be expanding your network because there's going to come a time that you look through your Facebook and you're like, I already invited. Imagine me. I'm 4 years in as a coach. How do you think I find people? The number one excuse that I hear from a lot of new coaches is, oh, I just don't know anybody. I don't know who else to invite. Or like, let's say you have family and friends on your team. I've heard from family and friends like, oh, there's no one left to invite. You took everybody. That's not true. You are a business. If you invested, let's say $500,000 to open up a gym, you better believe that you're going to be standing out on the corner of that gym doing whatever it takes to bring new people into your gym if it's going to keep your doors open. This is no different. Just because you started a business for so cheap, because this is really cheap, doesn't mean that you can't put in that emotional investment into growing your business every day. So, like I said, if you're playing on two fronts, you have to play defensively with keeping your 4 vital behaviors strong, because everyone that's going to come check out your page. Remember, if you haven't made your Facebook, your Instagram, or your social media pages public, do that today, because that's going to help other people find you. And when they find you, they're going to see what you're about. And offensively, keep going out there, building relationships, engaging with new people. Where to meet people? So we meet people all the time. Like, I meet so many people in my kids' school and my kids' martial arts classes, wherever. You want to open up those lines of communication. You might see the same people at the grocery store when you go out. So keep your eyes open. Remember, if you're always looking at the world as that you have something to offer, you're more likely to strike up conversations. And you can do things like, when you go out, get Beachbody clothes. So if someone sees my shirt says I'm a motivator and it says Team Beachbody Coach across the bottom. Someone could ask me about it. If I go out in Core de Force gear or something like 21 Day Fix gear, someone's going to say like, oh, I've heard of that program before. Do you do it? And then that opens up lines of communication. You can get share and wear in your back office. At church, your temple, your place of worship, you can meet new people. Everywhere. There's people everywhere. Go to the park when it's warmer and, talk to other moms. And socially, guys, Facebook groups, mutual friends. Someone just added me. I don't even know who added me to like this Girls Getting Fit group on Facebook. And I started sharing my workout videos in there. I haven't friend requested anybody. I'm just sharing what I do. That's all it is. You're just sharing. You're not selling. You're just sharing. And I have to tell you guys, I earn 6 figures as a coach, and 99.99% of my business is through social media. So there's no excuse for why you can't build this from your phone. I build most of my business from my phone. I'm only on my laptop at night to be on a team call or if I have to put together a presentation. But you usually find me on my phone speaking to new people and engaging people on social media. There's really no reason why you can't do it if you want to. Flirting. Let's talk about flirting again. So most people don't want to be icky. You don't want to be that salesy person. But honestly, guys, everybody's selling. If we go back to the basic principle of flirting, when you met your significant other, you were selling yourself. You're selling yourself. When you go to school and you drop off your kids, you're trying to sell yourself as a good mom. It's what we do. When you post a picture on social media, you're trying to sell yourself as someone that's probably got it all together. It's just what we do as human beings. We're always trying to sell an idea. So over here, we are selling value. We're selling a better life. It's not icky to add value to other people. Again, remember, everyone who's on this call right now had their life changed by Beachbody. Like, I know that my coach did me a favor by inviting her. When we talk about being recruited into something, it's a good thing. So get that out of your head, because you're only stopping yourself. If you feel like you're being icky. So don't be icky. Just share what you love and what works for you. Find common interests to connect with people on. So when I find new people to add to my social media, I'm always looking for moms like me with young kids. I look for people. When I look at somebody on Instagram or on Facebook that I'm going to invite, I ask myself, would I be this person's friend? Because you're not for everybody. Just because you're a coach does not mean that you're going to invite everybody and anybody to your challenge group. If you look at my team, most of my team consists of moms of young kids. They're around my age. They're 25 to about 40 years old. They have young children. They're faithful. They're independent women who want to feel better about themselves. That is most of my team. Why? Because you attract who you are. And why? Because I speak to that specific type of woman. And each of you has your own audience. Focus on them. Focus on the commonality so that you can truly engage them in the way that's going to add value. Be sure that you're liking the posts of the people that you are engaging with. You want to be there to comment on their pictures, not just about fitness or whatever, but whatever they're going through in their lives, you want to be there. You want to be there because you're showing them that interest. And then when the relationship is ready, guys, I never invite off the bat. I never do. I always build the relationship. But when the relationship is ready and they've checked you out and you feel comfortable, then you can say something like, hey, I was just thinking about you. I'm putting together a new online fitness group and I would love to have you join us. It's all great, motivated people like us supporting each other through a fitness journey for their accountability. Does that sound like something you would be interested in? And that last question is pretty open-ended. It's not like, do you want to join? And that's a yes or no question. But does that sound like something you would be interested in? Why? Let them do the talking. Okay, now let's talk about inviting potential coaches. Beachbody introduced a vital process last year, which is you want to make sure that people have a great experience in your challenge group and truly become advocates of our fitness programs and of Shakeology. So with your challengers, if you have a challenger that's excelling in your challenge group, you want to be able to recognize them. That's the fourth vital behavior. So publicly recognize them, private message them, and tell them that you see their dedication and you appreciate it and you want to validate them. Ask them for some help in your challenge group. Say like, hey, I'm going to be really busy this week. Can you help me keep the other girls in the group motivated? Or ask them like, hey, you're doing such a great job and I see how you're supporting and motivating the other people in the group. Have you ever considered becoming a coach? And you want to do this before their next bag of Shakeology ships out. And then mention to them, like, if you can get a 25% discount on your next bag of Shakeology, have you ever thought about coaching? Now, new prospects. Forming again, remember forming. We can go back to the beginning of the call to what it is: family, occupation, recreation, message. You want to form the people, and listening are key, especially when you talk about their occupation. So I meet a lot of moms that want to spend more time at home with their kids. You better believe I have an opportunity for them. So listen to that. What are their goals? So that way, just like with the challenger, you're able to reply back to their needs. If they show some level of anxiety or unhappiness, ask them what would make them feel better. Are they on track to achieve what they want? Because you've got a solution. Okay. What's this? Oh, no. Okay. Remember to answer with what they want, like the challengers. So for example, for discount coaches, you can say something like, I totally understand what you're saying about finding Shakeology expensive. I felt like that too. I actually charge my Shakeology every month, but I was able to find a few unnecessary items to take out of my monthly spending. And with the coach discount, I'm able to afford it easily every month. Would you be interested in saving money on Shakeology and your future Beachbody purchases by signing up as a coach? And leave the door open. If they say no, don't burn any bridges, but say something like, you are going to see amazing results soon. You never know if your family and friends will want to join you when they see you change. That's how I got started, and I'm doing really well on the business side. That's like planting a seed. You leave them thinking. Working coaches. Share the opportunity and your story as it relates to their goals. Listen and be genuine about helping them find a solution that fits their life. And here's a tip. Be open about what you do as a coach. I know that when I started, I kind of felt like I just had to put the business out there, the fitness out there, because I felt kind of icky. And it's a process. You get over that. I felt kind of icky because I felt like, I don't want to talk about how I make money off of this. But you know what? There's people that are interested in that. There's people that want to know that you're making a full-time income. I'm making a full-time income from what I do as a coach. And it gives people hope. Because if this is a blessing in my life, if I wasn't a coach, I don't know what would have happened in my life, in my marriage, and with my kids. So I don't want to hide that opportunity from anybody. You're being selfish. You're being selfish if you don't share this opportunity and what it's done for you. And it doesn't matter if you're not making six figures. $40 to some people is a big deal. It's a huge deal. So any little bit helps. It's $40 you didn't have before. Maybe someone just wants $100 to pay their phone bill. That's a huge difference to people. So you want to make sure that you're sharing what's happening in your life. You're being enthusiastic about it, and you're asking people what it is that they want so you can show them how you can help them meet their goals. Share how you help challengers, share how you help your team grow, share your financial success and what that means to you. And guys, no's aren't final. That's why I really want you guys to listen to the Amy Silverman National Wake Up Call, because she talks about how she didn't find her sweet spot in her business until 3 years in. How many of you are struggling and you're only a couple of months in and you're wondering if it's for you or not? You haven't given it enough time yet. You just haven't. Most people that join me have been speaking to me for a while and say no to me or stop responding, but I always follow up. Right now on my screen, I see Ruby and I see Olga. Ruby actually said would be interested. I would send her the enrollment and then she wouldn't buy it. And then at one point she even bought it and returned it. So it's been like 2 or 3 years, but here she is. She's lost about 30 pounds already in her challenge group. She's looking amazing. And now she wants to help people by becoming a coach. And Olga is the same thing. I think Olga and I have been chatting for like 2 years. And she became a coach recently. And now look at her building a business. So no's aren't final, guys. They're just the process of building a relationship. You have to be in this for the long term. Don't look at short term. Don't look at the no's now. The no's are just people that are watching you to see how you're doing. And they'll come back eventually. Most of the times that I hit Success Club are with people that said no to me before. Very rarely do I meet somebody the same month that decides to join my challenge group that same month. It doesn't happen like that. This is a relationship business. You have to be invested in building relationships with people. And if you want more info on the invitation process, speak to your upline coach. But if you go under the news and training, guys, I don't know how many of you do this, but there's so many resources back there. There's all these libraries with videos and all these how-tos from some of the top coaches in the company on how to do this the right way. The resources are at your disposal. You just have to be willing to learn. So on that note, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I want to talk to you guys. Unmute yourselves if you have any questions and let's chat. Imani, I will share this PowerPoint. Mina, you're the one drawing all over my screen. Cool. I like the heart, so that's all good. Yeah, I'm going to share this, guys. I'm going to share the PowerPoint with you. So unmute yourselves if you have any questions.
Oh my God.
Who gave me the heart then, if it wasn't Mina? Well, you guys know I like pink hearts, so I'm good. Questions, or does anybody want to add anything? Questions.
When you saw the $199 package, it includes, I get confused, it includes the year of full on demand, the Shakeology for a month only, right? And then you get your shaker, that's it, right?
You get the portion control containers, you get the shaker, you get a 30-day supply of Shakeology, and you get a whole year of Beachbody On Demand.
Okay. And how do you, what was I going to say? I have somebody that's interested on the on-demand program, but then how much, I'm trying to understand the packages, how they work. So would you, if somebody's right now set to focus on the on-demand because it's on like a sale right now?
It's not even that. It's just that as coaches, we want to offer the best value to people, and I'm not doing anything like this. You get every single Beachbody program for an entire year. Like, you're doing your customers a favor. Do you know how much money I've spent on Beachbody programs? It's like $60 every time a new program is released. Now they have the entire catalog, including the Fix-It book, or the Fix-It Cook Show. Are you guys promoting that? Like, every time I speak to a challenger, I tell them, you also get the Fix-It Cooking Show.
No, honestly, I haven't done it, but I've been focusing on, because they keep asking me, like, if if I don't drink my Shakeology, if it's not gonna work. So I just tell them that Shakeology is just a part of the process because it has vitamins and nutrients that's gonna help you along the way. The program is more about you being healthy and getting out of a rut, like out of a routine, and doing a different workout every day and feeling good about yourself.
Ask them questions. If they're telling you they don't think they want to work, ask that's going to work. Ask them why. Why do you doubt that? Why do you doubt yourself? You have to believe in yourself. You have to give them that confidence.
Adriana, me terminaron. ¿Qué pasó?
Somebody, my friend approached me today. She's very interested today, so I'm gonna try and see if she, cause she saw my story today on Instagram, and she's like, "Oh, I can relate." So I told her about the on-demand, and she sounded excited.
Yeah, that's why that 30-day money-back guarantee is so important. So important.
Perdón. Vete a contar.
When you do your research for inviting on Instagram, do you use hashtags, or you just Google, or you just go through the video feed? What do you do? Because I forgot to ask you that.
I hardly use hashtags. I search people through hashtags. So usually what I do on Instagram, have you done our training in the back office on luminousnation.com?
No, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done it because I've been reading the book and I was trying to get.
Go back there, all of you. Go back there. Do you know what it is? The leaders of this team, we did videos for you guys, telling you guys what works for us. So,
okay.
Quickly, on Instagram, what I do is I find something like, let's say, I attract a lot of Latinas. So I go to Latina Magazine, and I go to their followers, and I'll look through, I'll follow. There's apps like Captivate, where you can pick something, you can copy their followers, and then after a couple of days, you just unfollow through the app everyone that unfollowed you, everyone that didn't follow you back.
So Captivate is an app. You get the app because it's on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm getting a lot of what do you say, side people that are I was discussing this. Sorry, I'm giving my kid a shower. I'm getting a lot of Herbalife people, and
just guys, make sure that you don't hashtag things like fitness, Beachbody, Shakeology. Don't hashtag that stuff, because that's what every Beachbody coach is doing. So when I use hashtags, I'll do Latina, Mom of Two, things like that. Boy mom, things that make you unique.
Okay.
Curly hair.
Good to know.
It's all about differentiating yourself from every other coach out there.
Okay. And what other question do I have? I guess that's my only thing with the challenge pack. I wanted to get it clear regarding the challenge pack.
Yeah, no, put that value out there. When you speak to people, you're gonna make them feel like you're crazy if you don't get this all access challenge pack. Actually, guys, Heather, one of my Star Diamond coaches, she is gonna be on the Beachbody Champions page because she's actually one of the coaches that has sold the most all access challenge packs. So I'm gonna get the details on when she's going live on the Beachbody Champions page, so that you guys can listen to her talking. But it's really all in the conviction that you have when you speak to people. People pick up on if you're like, oh, you want to buy it? Yeah, it is kind of expensive. People pick up on that. Don't do that. You want to say, this is an incredible deal. You're with me for a whole year. See, Jake said she wasn't asking how it's going for us. She asked us so she could give advice, know what kind of objections you guys are getting, so she could talk about that on the Beachbody page. Ronaldo, they're charged just for their Shakeology. So it's $199 for the all access pack. They're charged just for their Shakeology after 30 days, but they still get the streaming for an entire year. That includes new programs, guys. If they have this all access challenge pack, whatever's released this year, they're already going to have at no additional cost. We're really doing everybody a favor. Yeah, for the Shakeology, it's going to be, $130 plus shipping and handling. At the retail price, if they want to become a discount coach, and they pay what we pay, which is $99. And then
is for the Core the Force also, right?
for what?
$149 for the Core the Force also, right?
Just the Quarter Force Challenge Pack?
Yeah.
Just the Quarter Force Challenge Pack is $160.
Okay. What? Sorry.
Can you guys mute yourselves? Mute yourselves. Okay. Any other questions, guys? How confident do you feel about inviting after this?
I'm gonna retry again tomorrow.
No, you're gonna retry now.
I mean, you know what I mean. Like, I had people today that contacted me, so I feel good. Today's been a good day. People that I didn't, even invite, I'm trying, like you said, I'm trying to be more open on social media. I did a live video today. Crazy. But, I'm having friends actually DM me and ask me what I'm doing. So I'm just trying to say, not sound salesy, and explain what
Talk to
I
them.
did.
Like, what interests you about it?
Yeah, I told them the change and everything else, that it wasn't just like a one day kind of thing. So.
I posted earlier today a training by Christina Delgado. She spoke at another network marketing event, and she talked about social media. So if you're a new coach and you're unsure of what to do on social media, that's a great training. Make sure it's about 45 minutes long. Make sure that you watch it, because she gives a lot of great tips on branding yourself and what you should be doing on social media.
And I was going to ask you, I don't know if I should do this. I met somebody through a mom group, and she kind of wants to do the workout, but then she's like, okay, so let's just bring the kids over and try to work out with you. So I guess I can do that, right? Like, just have a